Hi there, it's Diane the Nursing Geek. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the SoarvivorCraft server, which if it looks a little different at the moment, particularly up in the sky, that is because Kelwyn and Lady Vivian and I are going to be playing the Are You Hardcore challenge later today, so I had to load in the resource packs for that and decided to see what it looked like on here, and it's so pretty I decided to keep it, at least for the moment. So yes, cute sky. I'm not doing anything super exciting today, but somebody had asked how in the world I always have so much wood. And I'm looking down at my tree farm. We're going to look at how I always have so much wood. When I first moved here, when Popsy Girl, who that's her house, had invited me to move in next to her, this was all spruce forest. Not taiga, but spruce forest, I think. Something like that. Anyway, it was nothing but spruce. Uh-oh, darn it. Didn't need to do that. And once I got the house built and had started doing some mining, had myself some iron armor, I thought, well, there's this whole economy here, and I don't really know anybody or know what really to create, to sell, to be part of the just community. But I got lots of wood, so why don't I sell wood? So once a store opened up in Spawn, and I'm just showing how ridiculous this all looks at the moment from my various floors, because this is ridiculous. I don't normally have it planted quite this thickly with wood. With oak, excuse me. So yeah, so eventually I got all 6 types of wood, and the 4 well, I consider them the 4 single trunk ones are normally planted out in rows along here, and then the 2x2s, one of which has to be and the other which I just prefer in 2x2 format, the jungle and dark oak, live back here. At the moment, I have been working on supplying Kjotleik's map platforms with wood. He needs an awful lot of materials for these platforms to be functional, and he is working on them, but he's also solicited donations from those who wish to. And I've always said that, you know, when it comes to community projects, I'm more than happy to donate. Sometimes I'm not always totally clear on whether something really is a community project, but I have plenty of wood. I can get plenty of wood. I'm happy to donate and participate in that fashion. So I said I would donate to the wood part of the map platform supplies. And we will take a look at the map platforms once I have enough to be worth bringing over there. Also, I have ended up with a ridiculous amount of sticks, because in 1.14 trees drop sticks, and when you're chopping lots and lots of trees, you get lots and lots of sticks. I do not know what I'm going to do with them all, but hey, there they are. I am not going to show chopping down all this oak, but I am going to talk a little bit about how I plant when I need to do a whole bunch of one type of wood, and when I'm doing a massive amount like this, I do plant the bulk of the farm with just one type of wood like this. And oh, this is missing a little, but whatever. So what I do normally, the way these my sea lanterns are spread out, I plant everything with one block between it and the sea lantern, like so. And oaks, thankfully, are not particularly fussy for the most part. So when I'm doing like this, what I'll do is I will plant the whole square around the sea lantern, and then for the most part, although I'm not always super consistent, I also surround with light, and here's why. Because the first time I tried this, I didn't do that, and I had stuff spawning in these like alleyways between the batches of trees. So now I try to make sure that can't happen. And it might not be the super most efficient way to do it, but I find it efficient enough for my purposes. Of course, the fun thing with oak is the way it loves to create random branches. Normally, I have my video settings for trees set to fast, but when I'm doing this much oak, it needs to be on fancy so I can actually find all the branches, because otherwise it just takes forever. And normally I don't bother dealing with the branches until I've dealt with the trunks, but you know, all this was sticking out here, so why not? So, in the interest of not destroying my computer's memory capacity, I'm not going to record while I chop down this entire farm, like I said, but I will show a little and then I'll cut back once I've got it all cleared out. And then we'll go take a look at the map platforms. So, one of the nice things about this construction is you can stair step up. Which is a help with dealing with all the branches and things. And you can even end up walking between the various clusters of tree. And this is where, as you can see, it becomes very useful to have the fancy leaf rendering on so that you can tell just how high all this business goes. Okay. And now we're pretty much up at sky. So before I started recording, I ran through here and bone mealed everything. So hopefully all of these have grown. I do have some bone meal with me so that if, actually I don't need the saplings so much, if we get to some saplings that haven't grown, we can deal with that. I'm over on the next bunch. Which happens, oh, this one, that's because this one isn't a full 8, it's only 6 or 5 or something. Which happens at points. I like to work with the landscape and not do a whole lot of terraforming if I can help it. So yeah, sometimes you end up with bunches that don't quite work in the way I wanted them to, but whatever. Is it getting dark already? That's the thing with the sky. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, it is sunset. So I don't know where my phantom timer is. I'm going to run downstairs and take a nap, which is as good a time as any to cut, and I'll be back once I have this all cleared out. Phew! I think I've even gotten most of the stray branches. I will, at some point, probably after running to the end, need to chop these down so I can be sure everything is cleared out. But that's no problem because I have sold a lot of dark oak and jungle lately and need to replace those anyway. Oh yes, Lady Vivian helped me bury up the place. Keep those guys away. I did have at one point, and the place was clear cut like this too. All of a sudden there was a zombie walking up to me. So I don't know if they can actually stand on the, like this one had armored boots. So I don't know if they have protection, if they can stand on these to climb over the fence. So I might need to remove the ones that are right up against the fence. But the main reason we did this is not zombies, it was pillagers, because they were spawning right in between here. And now they shouldn't be able to do that. Which it's not so much, oh no, pillagers, it's that I still have Cartman living here at the moment. I have not found him a home. And so therefore they think this is a village. And if I kill the one with the flag, then despite the fact I keep milk candy, it's entirely possible that a raid could start before I could get rid of the bad omen. So, or at least I think it's possible. I don't actually know what the time delay is between killing that guy and starting the raid, but yeah. So, now that this is all cut, and that got me just a little over a shulker of oak logs. Actually, why don't I grab the excess from here? Put away that stuff. I had to build another barrel because I have now more than a full barrel's worth of sticks. Because, yay. Anybody need sticks? You're welcome to them. Okay. So, now let's go deliver this to Kjotleik's map platforms. Ooh, I wonder if this will have any impact on the sky in the end. Guess we're about to find out. Okay, so this way to the map platforms. Every time I come here, people have built more stuff. What is this? The End Clan was... Okay, I just have never seen that before. This is the problem. Walking across this island, I always have my eyes down because I don't want to annoy any Endermen. There are boats all over the place because apparently the last time they came to do a dragon fight, people were making the Endermen go in the boats somehow. I don't know. This is startlingly unpopulated at the moment. Huh. There's usually way more. I'm not knocking it. Yes, keeping my eyes firmly on the ground as I get over onto the walkway that leads to the end platform, the map platforms. Okay, and yeah, the texture does nothing to this sky because it's not sky, it's just void. So it's a bit of a ways out here. I should probably run jump. I should be safe to run jump because there's fences on the side, but I am so nervous in the end that I don't want to do that. So I will just run and run and run. And while I'm running, I guess what I'll do is explain the map platforms a little, although I will also link to Kjotleik's videos about it. The idea is that you can use these platforms to create images that you can then use a map to capture them and use a cartography table to lock the map. So then you can create custom pictures to hang up somewhere. This has given me a much better idea than the banner idea for my Savannah Ranch mountain project thing. Because banners are all well and good, but they wave all over the place as if they were in the breeze and whatnot, whereas maps do not. And because of the way you can create a map wall using item frames, you don't even necessarily really see a border. So as soon as I can figure out what that needs to look like in order to actually work, I will be making use of these map platforms myself. But for the moment, I'm focusing on stocking them up. Okay. So, I should have gotten rid of those apples. And the extra barrels. Okay, so the way these are organized, you can see what's in them, and then there's 5 double chests here in the central storage area. What did I throw? I did not intend to throw things. Get up there. Okay. And nothing's meant to be spawnable here. It's all, you know, slabified and whatnot. Let's make some room here, because, yeah. Okay. The first time I made a delivery here, I actually brought everything in plank form, and then realized that was ridiculous, because a shulker full of planks just gives you a single chest worth of planks. Whereas a shulker full of logs gives you quite a bit more. In fact, it gives you 4 times as much in the way of planks. So 2 full double chests. Come on. There we go. Never seem to calculate that quite exactly right. Okay. Yeah, 1 too many. And there's the lovely eerie noise of the end. Oh, good. This will be full, and then we can go out to one of the other local storage areas and get that started. Okay. So there are 4 platforms, 2 of which just have carpets, and the others of which have things like just different blocks, including several of the types of wood and spruce leaves. I think I still need to round up some more spruce leaves, but once I had topped off the spruce wood, I just switched to doing the rest of the wood, and I can come back and do the leaves later. Yeah, there still needs to be more spruce leaves. But here we go. So we got birch. Oh, I need more jungle too. Okay, we'll take care of that. And oak. Okay. Of course, the other thing to do is now go heal up my poor axe, which after chopping down all those trees is in dire need of mending. So in the opposite direction of where we go once we land at the warp to get to the map platforms is the Ender. Here I have no problem with run jumping because we're totally contained. Okay, this is all fine. Really just need to mend this. We'll hit this up for a stone sword. Okay, so yeah, they are really loud. The reason I was taking my time with getting rid of those ender pearls, because I don't really have need of ender pearls, is the only reason I go there is because I'm already in the end, and it's pretty much the fastest XP farm, other than the mob-free XP farm. So, yeah, it's just the easiest way to get things healed up quickly. And so yeah, I think I probably need like 3 stacks. I don't even remember. Okay. Whoa, we've already got some pretty tall ones here. But that is enough for one day, I think. And hopefully this is enough to make a decent episode. Just wanted to have one little thing to toss in for the end of August. As I mentioned in my state of the channel or channel update or whatever the heck you want to call that, little thing that went up a couple days ago. September is going to be primarily my run of the Challenge of an Opie, which was a blast. Also, feel free to laugh hysterically at some of my sillier mistakes. There might be some random bits here and there, but like I said, I wanted to have at least something else SoarvivorCrafty for August. So now I do, and we'll see if I manage to squeeze anything else out during September, but I might just reserve my playtime for just playing and chilling out because September is going to be a stressful month. Where do I want to sign off from? Maybe like here? Okay, there we go. Yep. So until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.